I'm going to ad-lib for a second here because after seeing Andy's video, this story is somewhat relevant. I'm adopted, and when I finished my career, I got a lot of kids, and for medical reasons, I wanted to know more about my parents and just, is there anything I need to look out for, any genetic things that might want to have myself checked out for. I want to be around for my kids and be aware of anything that might affect them. And so my wife, you saw there, Kari, she is a super detective and tracked down my biological mother. We went to a restaurant in London to meet her and her husband, Paul. It's a wild story. Maeve's here, my youngest, and very supportive. Coming up here, she said, "Don't mess up." Just a minute ago. Thanks, Maeve. And at the time, Kari was pregnant with Maeve. Ina, my biological mom, had me, but due to complications, couldn't have any other kids. And so, wow. Oh, please. It was really special, so the connection they have, because she's the baby that my mom didn't get to have. But the reason I'm telling this story is not to make myself cry, my apologies, but in that my mom is Latvian. My grandparents are from Riga, and just hearing Andy's history there, I'm actually Latvian, so I could have played with Andy, or been on the national team with him for Riga, but fortunately things worked out and I got to play for Canada, so just really cool. But the weird thing about meeting my mom, and I thought about this throughout my life, not knowing who my parents were, was, have I ever seen them? Have I ever passed them in the grocery store or whatnot? 2007, we played a World League match in London against Finland, and my mom and Paul were there watching me, and they didn't know. It's pretty wild, so. Sorry, just wanted to share that. That's a wild story and was cued by the story about Riga, but pretty neat stuff. What I did want to do is thank our sponsors for the 93 team that's here tonight, Advil, and Just for Men, Touch of Grey. Appreciate their support. No, I just, as you said, Melissa, and congratulations to you as well. It's awesome to be inducted with you. Something like this just causes you to reflect and think about the process and the journey. And for me, the journey is what is so cool. Having been involved in high-level sport for so long, having won and lost so many matches by 2 points, I could very well, in a heartbeat, have not had any of the titles that you heard about. I was fortunate enough to win. The Champions League title we won was 15-13 in the fifth set. That can go either way. The outcome is always out of your control as much as you can control your part of it. And so what you learn the longer you play is that it's really about the process. And what was super cool about this event is just that having the 93 team being inducted just kicked off this huge chat and messenger with the team and the guys getting in there. There's probably a couple hundred posts in that chat leading up to this event, and 0 of them talk about the final. And it's all about the training, the hard things, the funny things, the good times, the bad times, the process. That's where life happened for us. It wasn't, winning the gold medal. That was incredible. But the things we remember, and I don't want to speak for you guys, and Rob will speak for us later, but it's that process that's the magic, the day-to-day. And so I really want to thank the OVA for just the leagues you run, the system that you had in place for that provincial team that you put together, and the budget and the amazing coaching with Brenda, with Dave, with Mac, and the rest of the crew for giving me that opportunity. And something that I really learned throughout my career is that to really reach your goals, you actually have to be ready to face the opposite of them. You think about, if you want to win, you have to be prepared to lose every time you step on the court. If you want to get stronger in the gym, you have to be prepared to feel weak because you have to lift heavy, something that you feel weak lifting. If you lift stuff that's light and you feel strong all the time, you're not getting stronger. You got to be ready to do the opposite of the thing you want. And that lesson was instilled in me early with the provincial team. I was so fortunate to have that opportunity to have that drilled into me day after day and be in an environment where you had coaches who would see somebody who wanted something and really push them. I mentioned that with Peckham earlier, that he was that kind of guy. And I am so fortunate to have just had the group of guys around me that were around me. Just incredible guys, incredible players, incredible athletes. The coaching on that same level. So I'm just so grateful today and honored to be acknowledged here, but know that it's not about me, it's about you guys and what we did together, and it's all about the process. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you for that, is, the time of my life. Thanks, everyone.